Thank you. Fixed investment in Israel has declined almost 68% during the last quarter of 2023. GDP also plunged almost 20%. There's a 27% drop in private consumption, and almost 500,000 people have fled the country, according to local sources. How worried are you, as the U.S. government, about this potential economic crisis in Israel, and how to help the country?
So look, obviously, there's a cost to any country in going to war. There are human costs, there are can be diplomatic costs, there can be economic costs. And that is one of the things you have heard the Secretary speak to when he's in the region, that for Israel's long-term security, Israel's long-term economic growth, Israel's further integration in the region, it's important that we get a ceasefire, but not just that we get a ceasefire, but also that we advance plans to reconstruct Gaza, to advance Palestinian-led governance in Gaza, and ultimately lead to lasting peace and security and stability in the region, because that will benefit the Palestinian people, it will benefit the people of Israel, it will benefit everyone in the region.
Yeah. Also, do you have a written or a public statement from Hamas stating that they don't support the ceasefire, considering that, according to you, they were the ones who in previous months proposed something similar?
Yeah, they came back several weeks ago and rejected the proposal that was on the table in written form. They gave us a written response that rejected the proposal that had been put forward by Israel, that President Biden had outlined, that the United Nations Security Council and countries all around the world had endorsed. Obviously, we don't make the text of that public because these are very sensitive negotiations, but it was a written rejection and counter proposal that came from Hamas.
Sorry, do you accept the statistics that were the premise of the first question?
I can't speak to those statistics at all.
Well, then why would, do you know that there's been this flight of capital and people?
No, but obviously, as I will use my own words, and I stand by everything I said, but no, of course.
I'm not asking where they came from. I'm asking if he agrees with them.
I very rarely can attest to the validity of things that are cited to me in questions, so I'll speak to what the U.S. government believes.